Und es geht weiter mit Let's Play Fake und Order. Ich bin das Fix. Wir sind immer noch in der Sommerhölle. Irgendwie kommen wir nicht weiter. Eigentlich wollten wir beim letzten Mal hier mit Demi-Servant, mit der Hauptstory oder zumindest mit dem Epilog weitermachen. Doch davor haben wir uns erstmal im Wald verirrt mit der Guda Crew und Sei. Und leider Suzuka. Und nun lesen wir noch hier die restlichen Berichte, wo sie hier die Unsterblichkeit erforscht haben. So, report on a normal mask, J. Only the new head of research are authorized by the head of research may access this file. There are two types of masks referred to as J001 and J002. Essentially, 001 is the prototype and 002 is the mass production model. Anyone working with 001, including the head of the research, should seek admin approval before touching it. Make sure they understand that whoever it touches, the mask is not damaged under any circumstances, even to further their research. The manufacturing process for 001 has been lost and our goal is to properly complete it. The mass-produced 002 model are merely the possible means to this end. So, what do we use as our criteria for completion? You have been told that the aim is for 1, to grant immortality, then 1. This is a cover story. Our true goal is to discover how to kill an immortal. Now, after 2,200 years of research, we have determined that way to truly kill an immortal is to crush all their possibilities. To that end, we have been simulating their death and collecting every conceivable method of murder. Some people initially had the idea to use humans, but that proposal was summarily rejected. To do so would cost over 100,000 lives, and killing so many humans quickly would soon alert the outside world to the village existence. So instead, we put 002 masks on dolls created under the first head of research and used them to simulate and collect different methods of murder. A concept of 2 masks collected would then added to 1 and recorded as a single possibility. Once one has recorded every possible way to be killed, it should then be able to crush any possibility of an immortal being continuing to live, thereby creating the means to kill an immortal. So please hurry as fast as you can. You have no time left to waste. Please hurry, so that all of our hard work will not be for naught. P.S. All further research with the first head of the research dolls is now prohibited. We have learned that the dolls wearing the mask have tendency to go berserk and spread curses at an alarming rate. One such curse has also attached itself to Mount Horia and Temp Tape. Please destroy the tape in question. While this scenario may seem similar to the living dead that were researched at one point, the potential danger is several orders magnitude greater. Make no mistake, the dolls are filled with contempt for humans. So we have decided to dispose of all first heads dolls, including the imitation males and virtual females. Some suggested that we use the menial labor dolls in their place. But if those dolls were to go berserk, you would have no means of stopping them. Suffice to say, our long-held wish has ended with extremely disappointing results. We recommend leaving the mountain as soon as possible and forgetting everything that took place here. Ah, wenn das so leicht gewesen wäre. Ich wollte nicht freiwillig auf diesen Berg. Alles Schuld, liebe Leute. Alles Schuld. Ich sag's immer wieder. So, nächstes Ding, was wir uns durchlesen. In der Hoffnung, dass da mal positivere Sachen drin stehen. So, Jufus Diary. I've been summoned as a servant. It must mean I'm supposed to resume my research here at Mount Hori. So from here on, I'll be keeping a diary. After all, if I'm here, then lady, you must be too. The first thing I'm going to do is see what's become of Mount Hori over the last 2,000 odd years. That is amazing. The people I brought here must have been even more talented than I realized. They not only stayed on this mountain for 2,200 years, they continued research the whole time. I won't deny the fruits of the labors and degraded with each passing years. But even so, they managed to come tantalizing close to our ultimate goal. Unfortunately, it also seems this village died off about 40 years ago. I doubt they went out with any sorts of bang. Science has come to dominate the entire world, leaving no more room for secrets to hide. So they must have realized they simply couldn't go on this any longer, especially since not everyone lived their lives like I did. Even the imitation people that was created so that to perform our experiments without killing real people were no longer usable. It seems my successor tried hiring people to carry out the experiments on without killing them, but with little the way of success. Near to the end, the population had declined in less than 100 people. Still, they did make this far over the last 2000 years. I'd be damned if they let their achievement go to waste. I dug up the dolls that were used for manual labor and freed the ones who it had sealed away. They may act up from time to time, but they are willing to do what I say. So it only makes sense to use them as my pawns. All other sides, their faces are huge. On a different subject, the thing that surprised me most as historical records said as was a man. I knew I had a share of enemies back in the place, but I never would have expected them to go back to me like this. That emperor didn't care if I were a man or woman. All the emperor cared about was whether you could get the job done. Though of course the emperor was more than unusual as well. At any rate, history thinking me a man won't have any effect on my ability to see that my plans through, so won't pay it no mind. Someone showed up at the mountain out of nowhere today, even though it's the process of becoming a singularity. It scared me enough that the first thing I did was use the mask to kill her. I swear that was, what was she even doing here? She kind of looked like a mermaid, but I don't think she was. August, so. Well, it happened. Other servants have been summoned to the singularity. But while I expected that, I didn't at all expect that one of them would promise me help me. I'm sure she has her own goals in mind, but as long as it works out in my favor, that's fine with me. And now the other show has dropped. She's finally here. It's not exactly surprising. That stranger just looked the same as she did thousands of years ago. She's just as dainty as I remember, and was just as strong too. I was so happy to see her. I cried a little. Now at last I finally have the Immortal Slayer mask in my hands. I have to do this. I'm basing the reason the singularity exists. So it should be well within my means to brainwash servants and use them to my binding. I also read the Master of Chaldea memories and transform into him. I have to do so as a female version of him, thanks to the whole yin and yang thing, but oh well. Here in the singularity, anything I don't like can easily be fudged over with my visual auditory illusions. Well, that one servant who controls dreams could be a problem, but I find a deal with her to her eventually. I'm scared of fighting and terribly at it, but I do the best I can. This max is so close to becoming a craft essence, capable of killing immortals. I can almost taste it. Will she hate me for this? Will she praise me for it? Either way is fine with me. I didn't come all the way for cheap talk, whether angry, happy or anything in between. At least that's what I thought. But at one point something changed. Now I want to keep her close by at all times. I want to gaze up on her forever. Most importantly, those feelings she hated so much had tied me down. I couldn't end up losing her. My wish, our wish, could end up vanishing along with the singularity. But I think I'm okay with that, too. I guess if heaven and hell really do exist, there's no question here where I'm headed. The villagers thought they should be okay. After all, they never killed anyone aside from the one mage, and they were hardly a saint. Then again, I guess having everything disappear into nothingness in the end would be a fitting way for us to get God. I need to write this down before I completely lose my mind. I loved her from the bottom of my heart, both platonically and romantically. That's all there was to it. That should have been enough for me, except it wasn't. From the distance, she hasn't changed at all, but I know her history now. Not long after she and I met, she met a hero by the name of Jean Yu. Part of me was jealous of him, while other felt relieved. Dad was happy to know she found someone she loved, even if they were only together for a short time. Even though there's no other creature on Earth as elegant as hers, she still found something everyone has in common. So even if I should fail and this body turns out to dust, I won't have any regrets. Our final battle is coming up soon, and only one side will be walking away victorious. So come on, Maxie and Chaldea, and let's see what Earth got. Sorry, that was a lie. I don't really mean it. The truth is I don't feel any kind of pressure to win. After all, whether I win or they do, I know she'll be happy. Which is why I know I have nothing to fear. While I'm at it, if someone else is reading the diary right now, then it must mean that Chaldea won. So Maxie, if that's you, then I'll ask you here and now, please take care of Lady Moraine for me. And Mesh, if you're reading this too, then I'd just like to say I'm sorry for everything, but I really did enjoy the time we spent together. Oh, als sie es uns ausgegeben hat, nur wegen Mesh, liebe Leute, hat er es geschafft, über seinen Schatten zu springen. Mesh bringt das Gute eben in den Menschen hervor. So. Schauen wir uns das an. Im Mount Harry Atem. Das war übrigens, glaube ich, chronologisch das letzte, was wir gerade gelesen haben. "2,000 years of seeking immortality. My nation may have collapsed, but our bodies have not. We are all the people of Mount Pengley. We are the ones who connect life. Far 3,000 li. We have constantly been on the move. May the young ones none as they carry their dreams. We are the people of Mount Pengley. We saved humans and shall save the world. 7 Masters of Madness left. Die, twist, bite, destroy, kill, crush. It's very comfortable. It feels just night. Please, draw us, draw. If you pull the short straw, you die. You will die. I will kill. You need to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die either. That's why you need to die. You kill them. Kill, 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 kill. There's flickering lights inside my head. Humanity will enjoy prosperity even so carefully. I hope I'll be of help and a part of their prosperity. That's why I'm replacing our brains. Fill the soul with perseverance. Feed the maggots magic energy. This is a grand and momentous journey. I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. We are all willing to give our lives in service to the Great One. I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Wer immer das geschrieben hat, hat komplett den Verstand verloren. Das hat man ja, glaube ich, gut gesehen. Und dann haben wir noch einen Text irgendwo hier im Smiling Hotel. Genau. So, und das ist dann dieser eine Magier dann. Wahrscheinlich. Forza Outside Magier. Genau, den haben sie ja getötet. Haben wir ja schon gespoilert bekommen. Fall 7 Odds on Outside Mages. I doubt I'll live much longer. I was a fool for allowing myself to be lured here by fat paycheck and incredible benefits. And I was a fool to think that an Eastern mage wannabe could ever get the better of me. Before I knew it, this mountain had me in his scraps. I can barely remember my own name now, let alone my intentions. They say our goal here is to achieve immortality. That's why they've been luring mages here, to use them as test subjects. They are not choosy about the methods either. They are trying magecraft, science, curses, whatever might get the job done. How could some Far East yokels have made so much progress in 2,000 years, with no one ever finding out about them? Something doesn't add up. These people may use magecraft, but they aren't mages. They may use science, but they aren't human. They are insects. A writing mass of insects focus exclusively on the singular goal of achieving immortality. I'll be dead soon. Now that I've spilled the secrets of my clan's magecraft, I doubt they have any further use of me. To think that my proud family would fall to the tricks of mere peasants, humiliating. Our only hope these scribblings will find their way to other mages as a warning, before it's too late. So, habe ich gesehen. Hab mir nicht viel gebracht. Keine Sorge, aber ich hab alles geklärt. So. Und jetzt, liebe Leute, dürfen wir endlich weitermachen mit der Hauptstory. So. Zack. Weiter geht's. Denn der Summer endet niemals. Es ist zwar nicht Bibi, die diesmal die Fäden zieht, aber trotzdem. Seven Summer Camp 2. Oh, Leute, sind wir schon in der Fortsetzung. Hat Hans doch etwas geschrieben. Muss Chiara doch nicht die Welt vernichten. To this date, it's not entirely clear just what sort of creature he was. The demonic beast that appeared in the Singularity was probably devilish in nature, and yet he possessed a cunning others of his kind did not. Cunning enough to look down upon humans, the supposed kings of all primates, and hold them into contempt. As such, his goal, is acquiring a fragment of Shufu's broken mask, was to make use of the power of death that still dwelt inside. Shufu was gone. But by stealing death from her mask, a change befell the world. It was faint, almost incurable change. But for the devil, who no longer had a place in the modern world, it couldn't have been more precious. The devil had been watching the rock spirits plight all along, biding his time for the moment when he could finally put over on them. See, what did I tell you? It's real. Was sind sie jetzt für Klamotten an? It might not be strong, but I'll put her up on the field. Damn, it got away. Still at last. At least we know it's somewhere on this mountain. I can't believe there was another Holy Grail here. You shouldn't be surprised to remember how these mountains are like the classic symbol of yin and yang. One reason this minute singularity turned into such a pain is because the three servants we had to face all had different goals in mind. And the other reason is because there were two Holy Grails responsible for its formation. Yin and yang. Of course, I should have realized that we acquired the first Holy Grail in addition to the yin and yang factor. Armor we often tease sequels that may have never been made. This drop usually shows the villain coming back to life in the final scene, however implausible it may be. And I forgot all about it. Still, now that this new villain has been exposed, all we need to do is take care of it. I wonder what happened to Murasaki. She looks like she's in really bad shape. I know what you think, Maxie, but I suggest you let it go. Bandages and eye patch are a rite of passage everywhere. Everyone has to go through eventually. He looks like he really knows what he's talking about. Where's Yumarain? I couldn't bring myself to ask her for help again, since she was so overjoyed to reunite with Lord Chengyu. I cannot help but notice that neither Lord Sigurd nor Lady Brynhilde here either. We'll just have to take the creatures ourselves then. Fortunately, we should be more than equal to the task. There it is. I can sense where it is. There. It's over there. Alright then. Let's go to the last summer homework assignment out the way. Also, den Teufel des Berges müssen wir hier zum Abschluss nochmal jagen. Sacken wir erstmal einen schönen Zeitquarz an. Oh mein Gott, wie viel Continuous Battle gibt es hier? Erstmal ein Goldfu, das ist schön. Auf der anderen Seite ist nicht so schön, dass wir... Ah, achso, okay, da sind unsere Aufgaben. Ich dachte, wir müssen jetzt machen. Continuous Battle 4. Was haben wir hier? Battle 2. Das ist das letzte. So, dann machen wir als allererstes das da. So, ich sehe doch hier Assassins. Und das ist doch perfekt für einen anderen Assassin, den wir haben. Genau, nehmen wir den hier. Und schauen, ob wir das schaffen. Denn der Sommer endet, liebe Leute, eigentlich nie. Im Immersion the Another Great Pursuit of Mysterious Uma. Was ist bitte ein Uma? Müssen wir das wissen? Keine Ahnung. Okay, hey Leute, Mann, das sind meine Lieblingskämpfe. Einfach kämpfen, Mysterious Uma. Also, ich dachte, das Uma wäre jetzt irgendwie... Umu? Nein. es ist Nero Rider, liebe Leute. Ich wusste, dass Mother Harlot hier ist. So. Und wir haben das Spiel mal wieder gekillt. Nö, mag nicht mehr. Okay, next try. So. Leute, ich muss leider sagen, Summer Event, ich finde, das bestreckt sich ein bisschen. Also ich fand wir können schon mal ein kleines Fazit machen, ich weiß ja nicht, wie es euch geht. Ich fand die beiden vorigen Summer Events eigentlich deutlich besser. Was mich in dem Event wirklich so angekotzt hat, waren diese ganzen scheiß Force-Story-Support-Dinger. Das war so kotznervig, Mann. Und du hattest halt echt viel Story ohne irgendwelche Kämpfe. Und das war ehrlich gesagt auch nicht das Wahre. Und du hast dann einfach manchmal das Gefühl, einfach sie wollen einen Punkt erzählen und erzählen halt 10 Stunden rüber, um halt irgendeine Anspielung oder so zu machen. Also ich finde das Event, das fühlt sich ein bisschen hart gesteckt an. Ich meine, Summer ist immer lang, aber ich fand, besonders weil Summer 4 und Summer 3 halt echt cool waren, fand ich, ist dieses Summer-Event doch ein bisschen schlechter. Summer 4 war wirklich, also sehr gut, storytechnisch, kampfmäßig, aber da leider nicht ganz. Jetzt haben wir immer noch hoffentlich ein paar, ja okay, Challenge-Fight ist übertrieben. Muss der Terror jetzt echt sein? Auf 10 Euro er Proc nächste Runde. Leute, der Proc definitiv nächste Runde. Dabei wäre das so ein schöner Fight, Mann. Aber so ein bisschen Big Bird, Emir Action, Mann. Ne, Sterne brauchen wir nicht. Passt doch. Also. Bitte. Proc nächste Runde nicht auf ihn, ja. Bitte, 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 bitte. So, wie ist der Refund? Jungs, 80%! Oh, eben your boy! Und wer ist es? Es ist nur der! Es ist Lubu, wer hätte damit gerechnet? Oh, das ist aber nett. Er hat echt den Terror entfernt von uns. Das finde ich gut. Und er hat einfach mal Castoro umgebracht. Nö, das ist halt wieder brighter. Nicht, dass dich das noch groß interessieren dürfte, denn wir räumen jetzt auf, mein Freund. Geh's auf die Castorias! So. Komm her, Mann. Oh, wir sitzen. Der räumt auf mit den Gegnern. Ey, was haben wir gerade Damage gemacht? Alter! Oder fast refunded. Ah, um 3%. Hätten wir noch MP4. Brauchen wir noch MP4 Emir Assassin? Nein, MP3 Langwischer. Aber schön, schön. Fast hätten wir es geschafft. So, damit haben wir die erste Mission hier erfüllt. 2 warten noch auf uns. Und dafür gibt es ein Quad. So gehört sich das. So, okay. Rules of the Medical Tent. Geht direkt weiter die Emission, oder? Sehe ich das richtig? Gehört es dazu? Gehört es nicht dazu? Ja, schon gut. Machen wir es einfach, liebe Leute. Nicht groß fragen, einfach Quads einsacken, liebe Leute. Paradise Lake, Temporary Medical Tent. One can find all manners of danger in the mountains. Indeed. A mountain like this had to be spawned of mysterious singularities to be trusted even less. In addition to the typical assortment of wounds and injuries one can incur, this mountain is apparently also home to a variety of bizarre spiritual phenomena. Which means we can expect the supernatural illness here as well. Yes, that's it. Show me every strange and unusual symptom you can muster. Excuse me, but I do have a word with you too. Oh, good. I see you finished your poster you were talking about. Yes, we did. There are rules we expect our seeking treatment in this tent aside by no exceptions. This is not our usual infirmary. We have almost nothing to vary our way of equipment. So if we are going to practice the medicine to our full ability, we must work with what we have to. Which is why we needed to make the rules of this tent clear for all to see. Let's see. Always answer the doctor's question truthfully. Always do exactly what the doctor says. Do not cry, even if it hurts. Crying will not make stop the treatment. Well, these rules do make sense given the circumstances, and are certainly not unreasonable. But I do think they could use a few adjustments to their phrasing. I just don't want to waste explaining the rules to foolish patients who can't take a hint. Now, what do you want? Things are not so dire that we need more assistance to the movement. Alright, I nearly forgot. I have a patient for you. Huh? Well, hello there. So this is the local first aid station. I see. As for what brings me here, well, it's really nothing to worry about. I was merely skipping around the mountain in a manner rather unbefitting my age when. You lost your footings on a slope and got your head stuck in the tree hollow in the area from a tumble caused your neck swirl around half times? Great. Let me take a look. Wait, no. My poor back just got a bruise, that's all. Excuse me. I'm sorry to trouble the medical team with this, but I didn't want to risk growing worse and causing trouble for everyone else. What's the problem? I've been exercising spirit since I got here, and I think my shoulders have been growing heavier too late. I've also been getting chills down my spine. I've always had something of the affinity for negative forces. And I'm worried that might be causing problems with my spirit origin. Oh, I see. It could be that, or it could be a rare disease unique to this region. Alright, come over here and have a seat, and we begin the consulting right away. Now, when did this begin? How unpleasant would you say the sensation is? Have you noticed anything else as amiss? What about me? There are compressors right over there. Help yourself. What kind of doctor clicks their tongue to the patient? It's a matter of triage, sir. Patients are treated as they come in accordance with the urgency of their condition. Worry not. You'll get the treatment you need as well. It's essentially that you do. There's no need to trouble the doctor for it, either. I see it to it myself. Hang on just a moment, please. Might I ask why you're holding a compress like that? The tense reminds me of a sumo wrestler preparing to slap their opponent with a herald. Please tell me you aren't going to hit my poor back for a first strike like... Und das Ende von Moriarty. There you go. Now you just need to rest and let your injury heal. I applaud your initiative to getting your rest, but I can't recommend sleeping on the floor. It's not hygienic. You allow me to carry to your bed. If you prefer, I can bring a bed to you. I'm amazed to see those two getting along so well. I never would have expected that. Oh, by the way, did you hear the news? What news? Is that more about prospective persons? Well, no, but something I think you would find interesting. Apparently the Singularity is home to a real honest to goodness zombies. Tell me more. After I finish treating this patient, that is. Are these zombies really such an urgent matter? That we had to leave the medical tent unattended to go see them? Yes, they are. I insist on looking into anything relating to life and after death, or humans otherwise are overcoming death in some form. Even if the zombies have nothing to do with longevity and their post-death animation is just some sort of disease or other natural phenomena, they would still warrant close study. They could very well hold some kind of hint to advancing medicine as a whole. I can't let the fascinating specimen slip through my fingers. What are you saying, Doctor? Surely you must know that there's no creature that moves after dying. We should assume the so-called zombies are simply ordinary people suffering feverish delusions. Oh wait, I see. You were just making a joke, weren't you? Now I understand. So you're basically just making a house call, yes. In that case, I'd be glad to help. Good, thanks. Hold it. Take a look at that. Zombie! Perfect. That thing can be our first test subject. I need a complete sample of the study of this phenomenon fruitfully, so we have to subdue it without harming it. Understood. Not to worry. A fair amount of experience when it comes to subdue patients. Alright, let's begin our consulting. Ich denke mir ganz ernsthaft. Oh nein, es wird schon wieder Story-Support sein. Och komm. Leute, keine 3 Servants kann ich mal selber spielen, Mann. Ich denke mir ganz ernsthaft. Hätte Jufu Asklepios hergenommen, dann hätte er ein wirkliches Mittel für die Unsterblichkeit finden können. Wäre schlauer gewesen. Aber für die nett hier. Doktor und Schwester gemeinsam gegen die Zombies. So. Da wir beide MPs haben, die keinen Damage machen, hauen wir lieber drauf. Nimm die für die Macht des Bettes. Hätte ich eigentlich davor machen sollen, gell? So, egal. Draufhauen! Testsubjekte sollen sich nicht bewegen. Traum für Down, nicht schlecht. Allein ihr seht ihre Hände, Mann, diese Krallen, die sie da macht. Da allein muss man schon mal Angst davor haben. Aber so ist halt unsere gute Nightingale. Okay, liebe Leute. Dann. Okay. Story erstmal vorbei. Dann würde ich sagen, machen wir an dieser Stelle perfekt einen kleinen Cut. Und beim nächsten Mal geht es dann weiter. Wir werden dann hier die restlichen Aufgaben angehen. Und dann würde ich sagen, geht es dann weiter mit Fake und Order. Bis dann und vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Ciao.